Hey, this is Shark Boy. You may have seen me on TNA Wrestling. You're listening to the WNS podcast. Hell yeah.
You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source podcast. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or check us out on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, and iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast or WNS Podcast. Now being broadcast in over 45 different countries, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
Tyler Abear.
Oh, I'm Curtis.
And we welcome you to episode 249 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes, Wrestling News Source Podcast.
I believe we're on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, and Player.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
And you can also follow us on Twitter at WNS Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at WNS_Daniel. And you can follow Tyler at Tyler_Abear.
I'm a big Twitter fan.
So welcome to the show. Curtis stepping in for Doug this week.
Appreciate
welcome
it, guys.
to the show.
Appreciate you having me. Always good time being here with y'all.
Owner of Hurricane Pro, our local wrestling
Pro
promotion. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
How's business?
Hey, it's good.
Yeah.
You know, it's that time of the year. You know, we're getting ready.
Holidays,
and you know, we're gonna get ready. Of course, for December will be our big show, big No Rope Battle Royal that we always do every year. Funny thing is, matter of fact, on the way up here, I had a couple of text messages from a guys that we've had in the past. Be like, hey, you got any room for the No Rope Battle Royal? I'm like, is it already that time?
They remind you.
Is it, you know? Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. So
yeah, we can add 5 more spots to that.
You know, so hey, you know, it's always good, and wrestling's good right now. It's fun. It really is. So.
I still crack up at one of the events for the No Rope Battle Royal, where the ring announcer Jim would do the countdown, and then he said, "Who's next?" And no one came out. Like he was supposed to be the last one in or something like that. And he was like, "Oh wait, that's me. Never mind."
We let everybody in that thing: ring announcers, referees, managers, you name it.
Any and everyone.
Yeah, it's fun. It's something totally different that you don't see, you know, on TV or anywhere. So
you need to get that's
like our own little special deal that we have.
You need to have and I'm just throwing this out there. Feel free to shoot it down. At the next showing, you need to have a contest. People sign up to enter that match, and you could work with them like the weeks leading up to it.
I don't know. No, like it'd be some 6-year-old kid or something.
That's exactly what would make it work. You get a little 6-year-old, and you put them in there, and you'd be like, okay, here's what we're going to do. You're going to work with this guy. And
can't guarantee that one of the wrestlers will not super kick the kid in the face.
Bring in the Young Bucks and have them super kick the kid out of the ring.
Out of the ring. And they get sued by their parents.
No, make them sign a waiver. They're not. You're not liable, and you'll be fine.
I'm sure that'll hold up real good in the court of law.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they signed the paper. I don't know why we're here. So
notarized.
Yeah. So welcome to the show. Got lots to talk about. Got some feedback. Talk about Raw. Give you our review of 2K16, the video game.
Review.
So far, okay. I thought last week was the so far.
So it's still so far because
there's a lot of content on that video game, undoubtedly. I mean, I'm gonna leave that up to y'all because I don't play it, but I'm sure y'all probably already unlocked.
Between I think both of us, we probably experienced all the content.
Yeah.
Unless how much.
Although I haven't done the showcase mode.
I've started showcase, but I haven't started.
My
career. So
I did. I've started my career.
You start in
the
NXT
showcase
thing and move on up to the ranks. That's
or you can stay in NXT the whole time.
Oh, really? So you can tell Vince, no, I did not want to be called up to the main roster.
I want to stay down here where it's good. So yeah. So like I said, we have lots to dive into. But Tyler, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Throat hurts.
It's
where I got
still
some
bugging
ulcers. You? Yeah, in the back of my throat. I'm trying to get rid of.
That's no good. So you gotta
eat hurts.
Tough it through. We got a show to do.
Oh yeah.
So we'll be all good. So, but we'll kick things off with an iTunes review, which is really cool. This is, I think, 2 weeks in a row now that we've had an iTunes review. This one's coming from Laxus, 4 S's, so I had to make sure I extended it. Giving us 5 stars, and the subject being awesome. saying, "It's almost a year that I've listened to you guys, and this podcast is amazing. It makes time fly by whenever I have to take long drives. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. It's going great. By the way, when A-Bear kept confusing Doe on his predictions for Night of Champions, that was hilarious."
What?
I don't know. I'll have to go back and re-listen to
remember
that. But apparently during the Night of Champions predictions, you were doing something that was hilarious.
Oh.
So,
okay,
but thank you for the review. We certainly
thank you so
appreciate
much.
it. So,
I know at times I feel like we just BS our way through, and sometimes we may not have that much material to talk about, but we do have fun, though.
Yeah.
And I'm glad people stick around.
Absolutely. Anyone who's listening out there, whether it be on iTunes or Stitcher, if you feel the need, feel free to give us a review. We would certainly appreciate it.
It could be horrible. It could be good. Just give us a review.
I would prefer if it was somewhat constructive, positively.
Constructive.
Not just these guys suck.
They suck. You get a 0. Mine is 0.
Yeah. Something like mine is 0. All right.
I made that
Possible?
Ah.
You get a -0?
I don't know.
If
If
anyone-
like what, 1 star or 5, right? I mean,
If anyone can make it happen, it's Mr. A-Bear over here. Make
Oh.
that
pissing
negative
people
0 over
piss
here.
people off over there. Huh?
So,
Could be the perfect 10.
yeah. 10. So, with that being said, let's dive into some feedback. First and only bit of feedback that we have is from John saying, "Another great show, guys. Keep it up."
Thank you,
So
John.
we will
Thank
try our
you.
best. So thank you very much. But with that being said, we're diving into Raw as we're getting ever closer to the Survivor Series, less than 3 weeks away.
Yeah, I was about to say 3.
Is it 3, 2?
Something like that. I don't know.
I don't know.
They said on Raw 3.
It was 3
Oh,
weeks from that Sunday.
Okay.
So
Whatever. It's coming up. How about
it's
that?
2 weeks and like 5 days away. Somewhere on there as
Guess
of
what else
this
is coming
recording.
up? Thanksgiving.
Oh, I was going to say someone's birthday, but you know.
No, it's Thanksgiving, the forgotten holiday, undoubtedly.
What's Thanksgiving?
Exactly.
What
People don't know what Thanksgiving is anymore.
You mean
because,
you mean shopping for Christmas Day?
yeah, exactly. Like it's just, hey, what are we doing for Thanksgiving? Shopping. What?
Yeah, we're going-
After the
we're gonna go
turkey
stand in
and the
stores
dressing
and-
visiting with family. No, we're going.
No, screw
Yeah, I
that.
go to the store and I can get ran over by some people.
Eat your meal, take a nap, and then whenever you wake up, we're going to the store. We're going to Best Buy to wait in line.
Pisses me off.
So I don't think I'm going to be doing too much shopping around that,
I shop
that particular
at
weekend.
Amazon.com,
I did it last year.
so I don't have to fight the crazy
Cyber Monday.
I
frickin'
went
people.
I went to Best Buy last year on Thanksgiving Day because Kelsey had never done any of the Black Friday shopping before.
Did you tell her that's a good reason not to go?
No, I was like, I mean, if you want to go, let's go. Let's go check this, you know. I was like, let's go do it because, one, we had already visited all the family. We had already eaten. We were on the way back to our then apartment, and we noticed, like, the lines and, like everyone, you know, we didn't notice lines because whenever we walked in, we walked directly into the store. But there, you know, we noticed all of the cars parked everywhere. And she was like, I've never done anything like that before. I've never gone shopping during Black Friday and stuff. And that was whenever they actually opened the store at like 7 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. I was like, well, I don't have anything to do. Let's go let's go see what's available. And sure enough, we walked in and I got a PlayStation controller for like $20 off. I got, you know, the PlayStation Eye camera for like $20 off and one other thing. It was, you know,
I did it one time, and I walked into Best Buy. I bought a 55-inch screen TV for like $400 and walked out of that son of a bitch. And
Yep.
No, I'll never do it again.
Although I have heard that there was a leak in one of the sales ads, I believe, for Sam's Club, that the PlayStation 4 is going to be available for like $299 or something like that. So that's going to be it's going to be tempting for a lot of people.
Crazies.
Lower the price for a terabyte Xbox One, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Halo 5 terabyte?
Yeah,
bundle?
lower that.
Just that one.
And all the terabytes.
All of the terabytes. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure you'll get one. Don't worry. Just
Eventually.
give it time.
Just ask Santa; he'll get you one.
Yeah, ask Santa.
All Santa gives me is cereal. No, you
Cereal?
never had it when I was younger and at Central Mall when they had the Santa Claus. You tell him what you want, and out of the back he would give you those mini packs of like cereal. Like, here you go. Okay, he gave it to all the kids.
I don't remember that.
No, I would get a candy cane.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got a damn candy cane.
I got cereal.
You got cereal from Santa.
We got some bullshit Santa then.
What Santa is this? What mall were you at?
I didn't get what I want, but I got like.
And that's why, because
good cereal. I got free cereal.
You were supposed to get a candy cane. You
Get
got
that
cereal.
candy cane
You
in a
didn't get
picture
what you
for
wanted
$5.
because you got with something else.
Hey man, I got some cereal. There's some cereals that were good. I love them.
Did you get that
I never
one?
got
Yeah.
cereal.
Did you just get one little box of cereal, or did
No,
you get
it
like
was
one
like-
of the travel packs
was
where it's like
like-
8 of them?
Yeah, it was 8 of them.
You got 8 boxes of cereal from Santa
Yeah, it was a
Claus.
travel pack.
What the?
So instead of a candy cane,
I'd
which
rather
is
the damn
customary,
candy cane.
it's customary to give out a candy cane to the little kids. Instead, you got a travel size 8-pack of cereal for Christmas.
Yeah.
from Santa.
We must have
At
one of them
Central
broke
Mall,
ass
yes.
Santas.
Yeah.
We got one of them broke ass Santas. Just give them candy canes.
I ran out of candy canes. Someone go buy me some cereal. All right,
Hey, this is better.
We
than
gotta
candy
give something to
canes.
these kids.
You get 1 or 2 candy. This thing is this cereal lasts you like all day or a few days.
I think I'm gonna go this year and go. Yeah, I did get some cereal 20 years ago when I came to see you. I want my damn cereal.
Yeah, give us some
I
cereal.
want no damn candy cane.
Cereal.
Yeah,
Wow,
and that happened more than once.
it's
I remember-
reoccurring.
Yeah, I remember it was like 2 different years it happened.
What? I've never in my
this
life have heard of. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
That's like the damnest thing I've ever heard.
Never heard of a Santa giving out cereal.
That's just like wrong on so many levels. I
That's the most
think.
ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
I was okay with it.
Like, what's he doing now? Is he giving out ramen? I mean,
I was okay with it because I was like, heck yeah, I got cereal.
It's just
I know it's weird.
that makes no sense.
very weird.
Maybe those years, whoever that Santa Claus was, maybe that was his style. Yeah, I'm gonna give you cereal.
You're like, I'm gonna change it up on these kids. All right, I'm gonna try something new.
No, I got a bag of cereal back here. I'm gonna start giving out.
We're keeping the reindeer. We're keeping the elves. We're keeping the tree. We're giving out cereal, y'all. That's what's happening this year. Only if you're good.
My throat hurt.
Only if you're good. And instead of coal for being bad, you're getting propane tanks. So either way,
I like that.
yeah. That way you can cook either way. So welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Wow. What a way to
Way off topic on this. Starting this thing. Huh?
just a little bit.
That's all right. It's
Tiny
all right.
bit,
We'll,
but
we'll
that's-
curve it back.
Yeah, that's that's some
Seems
cereal.
to happen when I come on this show.
Cereal. They
Seems
gave
to
me
happen
cereal.
when I get on the show. We like get way off topic.
Yeah.
And we just
That
kind of
happens all the time. It's yeah.
I can't. No, I can't move on from that. There's, I mean, show's done. We're done.
We're
No,
done.
that's the end of the show.
We're giving
Continue.
cereal.
We need to go find
Me-
that Santa.
me-
Who are those
Yeah,
Santa
we
Claus?
need to find the Santa
Me and
because
Daddy to get
if he's
cereal,
giving out
we're
cereal,
pissed. We're
I need
done.
some proof. Is it like
You got
okay.
a picture
Yeah.
like with you with
They
the
always
exact
take a picture
cereal?
of you and Santa.
We gotta call your parents for
Well,
this picture.
There was a picture. Yeah, you got to probably find it from my parents. It's somewhere. But I don't think I don't know if I was holding up cereal like this or something, like smiling.
I think I would have
got
held the picture
cereal
up. Like, look what I
too.
got. I got some damn cereal.
Merry Christmas, Tyler. I know.
I
what
need to
get
talk
you
to my
for
sister.
Christmas.
Like, hey, you remember this too? Like, no one else remembers. I remember getting cereal. Like,
Call her up right now. Let's put her on the thing. We gotta get some
you
more
remember
info.
cereal?
Did you ever
Remember when
go
we
with
see
Noah?
Santa as a kid, we got cereal instead of
Is
candy
Noah
cane?
credible? Does he know anything about this?
I don't think so.
Okay. Wow.
I remember it vividly.
Vividly, you say. Well, what kind of cereal? Was it
Okay.
Apple Jacks and Fruit Loops and
There
Cheerios?
was Fruit Loops. There
Okay.
was Cheerios. There was
Probably Frosted Flake.
yeah. There was that. What was
Probably
the,
only one Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
They only give you one of the one that you
It
really
was
like.
either regular Cheerios or the Frosted Cheerios.
One box of Lucky Charms.
Lucky
Yeah.
Charms. Yeah, there's
8
Lucky Charms.
of whatever else is.
Fruity Pebbles. We say
They
Fruity
give you all
Pebbles?
the crap ones multiple times, but
Yeah.
Tricks.
the good shit they give you like one box.
Yeah. Okay. So, see if you can locate a picture because I need proof of this.
Okay.
Locate it, post it.
I have got to have closure for this
You have to have closure.
because I am finding it nearly unfathomable that Santa Claus would
give
give
somebody
cereal,
I know someone.
let alone
I need to call my mom.
not just one box of cereal.
Little mini.
Yeah, I know the travel packages
Yeah,
or
you
the
gotta keep
single
rubbing it in.
serving, the single bowls, the sampler types. Hey, try this cereal, it's great. But the thing is,
We're still going on.
yes, the thing is that you get one candy cane. So why would you not just get one box of cereal? Why did he give you 8? boxes of cereal.
Because he liked Tyler.
Hey, there's that
Maybe
guy.
one of those
that little
Santas.
kid. Come sit on Santa's lap.
Maybe the
Jingle my bells.
Maybe the special kids get the cereal and everybody else gets.
No, I remember seeing there was like a lot in the sack.
You were looking at Santa's sack?
You see
Yeah,
Santa's sack?
I saw Santa's sack.
You saw his goodies?
It was red.
That's why he got the damn box of cereal.
It was red.
We've got to move on from this. 'Cause
Okay, Raw.
Actually, before we do,
Oh,
I
gosh.
want people to chime in on this because for those of you who have ever attended your local mall, I'm sure you've seen Santa at one point or another in your life. Maybe you've sat in his lap and told him what you wanted for Christmas, and perhaps he gave you something to enjoy afterwards.
Whoa.
Like his sack. From his sack, I should say.
Stuff from his sack.
Yeah, stuff from his sack.
That's
that
coming
you
from
like.
a sack. I'm good. I'll
Yeah.
stick with the candy cane.
Maybe you got a candy cane. Maybe you got a peppermint. Something along those lines. Have you ever in your life, you or someone you know, received cereal from Santa Claus?
Like, I wonder.
Please, please, please chime in on this.
Leave a comment.
Like,
Definitely.
I wonder if Doug ever got any, something like that. Or, like, I want to ask my sister and my mom. I know, like, I don't know.
Somewhere out there has to be some kind of proof.
I remember it, and I've told a few people, like, what? I'm like, no, yeah. I was like, because at first I didn't understand it, but I was like, all right, I got cereal. This is gonna last me for days.
It's just
I can just imagine a little
It's like
Tyler.
somebody giving you a
"All right,
cereal."
here's some cereal.
like saying, like,
'cause
oh, fresh out of candy cane.
Because I
like a
liked
Coke.
Fruity Pebbles, I liked the Tricks, and I liked Lucky Charms. So I was like, yeah.
Damnest thing I've ever heard. Never heard this in my life.
I want comments on this. I don't care if you agree or disagree with whatever opinions we have about Raw or 2K16. I want to know what
We
you
want
think.
all the comments about this damn Santa.
All of them
and
about
what you got
Santa.
from Santa.
What did you get from Santa when you stopped and visited him at your local store, mall, shopping center, wherever? We need to know this. If there is another person who genuinely, and I'm not talking about the trolls who will say it just to say it. I mean, if there is a person who genuinely received cereal from Santa Claus, I need to know about it. I need physical proof or something. I'm not talking about photoshopped or doctrine. I want proof. Because this is so ridiculous. So let's dive into Raw. With that being said, it's getting closer to Survivor Series. Wow, we just learned more and more about you every day here, Tyler.
Well,
I love it.
dropping some knowledge.
I love it.
on you.
I love it.
My mind is blown.
Cereal.
Blown.
So we kick Raw off with a typical 15-minute promo that kicks things off. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and the Authority talking about the events that's
missed
going
this
into.
part.
I missed it as well.
I didn't.
I think I was watching the.
Monday Night Football game.
No, I was
That's
watching.
why ratings are down.
I was watching Breaking Bad with Kelsey. We just got into it and we've been watching Netflix. So we just finished season 4, and it was awesome. So
So how did the promo go?
I cannot get into Reigns promos. Like they're just so. It's like they're the same promo. It seemed like every time he cuts. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna beat your ass. Believe that.
And there's
like,
probably fisting going on, right?
yeah, a lot of fisting going on and this and that, and it's the same old cliche that he always does. But
it's better than Suffer and Succotash.
yeah, that's true. It is. That's true. It's just I can't get into Roman Reigns. I mean, out of that 4-way that they had, to crown the new number 1 contenders, I was like, anybody but
Anyone but you, Roman.
Roman. I just don't see Roman as that. I don't think it's Roman's time right now. I really don't.
I still don't like him as much, but
Yeah.
I kind of feel he has improved.
Yeah.
He has improved.
Like, when we first heard that, he's going to go against Lesnar, I'm like, what? No.
Makes no sense. There's
Like,
got to be
no.
another person added into that mix.
There
So,
was.
I mean, I don't know. I still don't like him, but like I said, he's way better than when he's first started in the
Well,
Shield,
yeah.
for sure.
I mean, you kind of had a feeling like he was probably going to, get into that title. I mean, what are you going to do after Kane and, with Rollins? And it was like, okay, Reigns finished this thing up with Wyatt, so what are you going to do with him? Well, let's put him back in the main event picture with Seth, and let's see what happens. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if it was Wouldn't have been my choice personally, but I'd rather Ziggler. I think that would have been something different.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm not the
Yeah.
biggest Ziggler fan.
See, I like Ziggler because I know he'll have a solid match with Rollins. So I was like, well, maybe they'll pull a swerve, but he's kind of going a different direction with the Tyler Breeze thing now, which I'm still fine with. But I think I'd have rather seen it myself.
For me,
I mean, I know it wasn't going to be Owens
yeah.
as much as I really like that. And who else was in there? Ziggler, Reigns, and who was the other person?
Owens.
I already said Owens.
For me, it would either be Reigns or Ambrose to
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
Seth.
But it's like, we've already seen, Ambrose and Rollins go at it, have their deal, and then now you're going to see Rollins and Reigns. Just, I wish they'd just change it up and give you somebody fresh.
What will
And
happen
next
is
it's going to be Rollins versus Reigns versus Ambrose.
well,
No.
well,
Give
okay.
me like Rollins and Cesaro. Like, I don't know if y'all watched SmackDown a few weeks ago when they opened the show with that.
Mm-mm.
What? Man, that right there, I was like, this is what I would. I mean, I even tweeted it out. I was like, this is like what you need as a main story. I don't care if Cesaro don't beat Rollins in it, but just the matches that you could produce with those two guys, because for one, they've known each other for so long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be unbelievable. But
I have a feeling there's going to be something like it's going to be Reigns and Rollins doing their thing. Something's going to happen towards the end of the feud. Sheamus can come in and cash in or something like that.
I don't see Rollins really losing it until Mania, to be honest. I do not see him losing it up until. I think he's going to keep it till Mania, and then whoever that is going to be at that time, I guess whoever wins the Royal Rumble, that's who I see is going to take it. But I don't really see Reigns taking it.
Yeah.
Not right now, anyway.
Hey, tell them your theory about him getting screwed again, like the third time, Reigns.
Oh yeah, my theory for Roman Reigns. Okay, so he won the Royal Rumble to much controversy. Everyone was wondering, God, how are they gonna pull this match off at Mania? Which they did, having Rollins cash in, making it a triple threat. Okay, the title's off Lesnar, and Reigns isn't champion. Great. So my theory is, and then he gets screwed out of a title opportunity for Money in the Bank, which led to his feud with Wyatt. So now he's got another opportunity to go up against Rollins, the man who cashed in on him. This is your chance for redemption. Have the same scenario with Brock Lesnar and Reigns. Have both men out. Sheamus comes in. Hey, triple threat match, players. I'm going to bro kick Reigns, pin you, 1, 2, 3. I become the new champion. And that causes Reigns to just lose his shit. Be like, this happened again.
I can see it. It's just I don't know what they're really doing with Sheamus. It's like they're kind of like, I noticed this past week on Raw, and I'm sure we'll get to it here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Euro connection now? I guess is what they're calling Barrett and Sheamus.
Do they really have like the last people who've had the Money in the Bank? They don't really have any plans.
No, it's almost like I feel like I'd be like, look, I'm so tired of carrying this stupid briefcase around. Like, can I just
I have
leave
to
it
go
in my
through
locker
security
room
for this.
I mean, just something. It's and I guess that's good because they want to keep it to where people forget about it, so that when it does happen, you wouldn't expect it type deal. But I don't. Like I said, I don't see Rollins losing the title. I think he's going to keep it all the way to Mania. I mean, he's already had it for this long, and he hasn't lost it. I think really they're going to try to pull, and it'd be close. But I noticed they did it with the Divas, where it's like CM Punk had it for so long.
Yeah.
And then AJ had the Divas title, and of course they had to have that record broke. So they're going to do the same thing, trying to get that record broke with CM Punk.
I doubt it.
The bad blood or whatever they have.
Yeah, I would doubt it just for the fact that there's a lot of other people who have held the title longer.
Right.
But if they do, then that's just sour grapes on the part of the WWE. But which why they can't just have something belong to someone and no, we got to do it on one of our people now because you're gone, so you don't matter anymore. You left under bad terms. But whatever. I mean, maybe they will, but that would mean he would have to have it
after Mania.
Yeah, much longer.
Or past Mania, all the way up. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't see. I just don't see Reigns winning it at Survivor Series.
Yeah,
could be wrong, but I just don't. I don't see it.
And that's why I see maybe Sheamus pulling the win. or I could easily see it happening. Or maybe he cashes in, looks to repeat history. Rollins somehow,
right?
He's
not
tosses Sheamus out of the ring and cashes in on Reigns being down or something along those lines. But we'll have to see. Possible. Yeah, we'll have to see as we get closer to it. But the opening contest, we got to see Kevin Owens going up against Dolph Ziggler, and about midway through the match, Tyler Breeze came out with his selfie stick and Summer Rae at his side. I think the fans are calling this little duo Summer Breeze.
Yeah. Well, they
better
said
than Summer's Eves, I guess,
on the show too.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like anybody that's watched NXT. Tyler Breeze is he's had some really solid matches, and I think this is a good stepping stone for him to come to the main roster and have a feud with Ziggler. Kevin Owens and Ziggler had a good match. I like Kevin Owens. I just like that whole I'm better than everybody type deal that he has. I think it's great.
Watch this, Cole.
Yeah, that's just great.
Are you paying attention, Cole? Are you watching this? Make sure you get it right.
Like he it's just funny because he's like, I'm the best Intercontinental Champion of all time. Like, he doesn't give two shits about anybody that's ever held the title, but just as long as it's him holding it. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool how they're doing that whole. I was a little worried how they were gonna do with Tyler Breeze coming up to the main roster. That a lot of those people might not watch NXT. They just watch the Raws or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be good. A good little program between Breeze and Ziggler. So
I hope.
Yeah, and I mean, I've never really seen Ziggler have a bad match that I can remember. So, and Tyler's he's always had pretty good matches. I mean, even when
I think you're probably higher on him than we are. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Who's that on Ziggler?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe so. Like I said, with Tyler, Breeze having a good match at NXT Brooklyn with Liger.
I mean, he can pretty much have a good match with just about anyone.
Yeah, he really can, and I think that's why I think the story they're going with between these two, I think it's going to be really good. So I'm kind of excited for it.
Did you happen to hop on Facebook when they mentioned that Summer Rae was streaming?
No, I didn't. I don't do that or Periscope or whatever. All that.
I watched it and it was so ridiculous because you can hear Cole calling the action.
Oh, you can hear him in the background.
Yeah, and Raw is on a delay for censor purposes, so they were on about a 30-second delay from what she was showing happening in the ring. Like Owens went for that missed attack in the turnbuckle, and then you look up and you just watch, and like Owens is standing in the middle of the ring, and he goes to attack and gets elbowed, and he stands there, and then he goes to charge again, and then you finally see what happens. So there was a good sizable delay, but I was cracking up because they're calling it, this is the Tyler Breeze VIP section where he's got the best seat in the house.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at that stream, I'm like the cameraman's ass is like in the way. You can't see anything. Like, that's a terrible place to be sitting. But,
yeah. Like I said, I think I didn't jump on it. I'm sure a lot of people did. It's like, well, why are you going to jump on and see? I mean, you're watching it on TV. Why do you need to watch it on your cell phone?
Because that way I could know who won 30 seconds before. So that I could send out the tweet and it'd be precisely accurate. Like, I know exactly how it ends. So, anyways, with that being said, Kevin Owens does end up getting the victory, defeating Dolph Ziggler after a distraction from Tyler Breeze, who decided to get up close and personal and then turn his back.
Selfie.
Take some pictures.
Y'all have selfie sticks?
No.
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 You getting one for your wedding?
No.
No.
Not.
There you go. Yeah, you should do
I'm getting you one now. Wedding gift.
And do the blue steel face that he makes.
As she's walking down the aisle, just stand there and just take a picture. Take selfies.
Yep. About to get married,
What up?
No big
What's
deal.
up?
So,
say the I do's.
and then backstage, Seth Rollins bumped into Kevin Owens saying, "Hey, how great would it be if WWE champion went up against Intercontinental
That's really a tease
champion?"
for a lot of you. A lot of the smart marks are like, "Oh, I would really like to see Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins at the biggest stage."
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to happen, but
right.
But it's like in the back,
Get people talking.
Like, oh, I could. That would be badass to watch.
Yeah, and then he coaxes Kevin Owens to join his team for the Survivor Series match later on that night.
I figured Owens was going to be on his team anyway.
Yeah, But I did like at least where Kevin Owens was like, "Hey, you owe me one now."
Yeah,
because you could hold that until
forever.
months, years down the road. Be like, "Hey, I told you want me."
Remember that time? You owe me now.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. Like I said, I think that's I know people were really upset after Owens didn't beat Cena.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, that's bullshit. They're just burying him. But you're really starting to see him in the last, he won the IC title.
Yeah.
Now he's in a lot of the main events here lately. So, I think all the haters out there that were pissed because, they felt like WWE was burying Kevin Owens.
Sending him to the
and
mid-card.
It's like, I didn't look at it that way, but I know a lot of people did.
Going to obscurity.
I'll be honest, I did.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
You got your one win, and that's all you get.
And I don't know if you follow like Jim Ross or anything like that, but I mean Jim
On
Ross
Facebook,
is like,
I did, yeah.
He tweeted out, he's like, if you beat the top guy, what is left for you to do? Like, I mean that's the
win the
I mean,
title.
It don't matter.
Win
it doesn't
the title
matter.
Off of,
Well, yeah, but I mean, without the title, Cena's still the main player. I mean, how many times have you seen Cena in the main event and not be the champion, and the champion's like on the second hour of the show?
Yeah.
So for you to, if you beat that main guy, it's like, okay, I guess now I'll just go win a title again, or I mean, there's no. So I understood the deal on it, but I think I like the idea where, Kevin's like, yeah, you owe me now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see if they continue or if they're just gonna like drop that or something.
Yeah. Where are they gonna hold it over his head one day?
Right.
Like maybe Rollins turns face down the road and holds on to the title or something like that, and he's like, "Oh, hey, remember that time you?"
Remember 6 years ago when I joined you up on a Raw?
This one Raw back in Denver.
You owe me.
Yeah. Triple H said all the fans were high, but we knew what was going on. But after that, we got to see Cesaro going up against The Miz, and as soon as I saw Cesaro's opponent, I was like, "Oh, cool, Cesaro's getting the win."
Yeah, finally, right?
Great. That's awesome, unless Stardust, interferes.
I don't understand the Stardust deal with Cesaro. I don't get that.
I don't either.
Like, I understand. I like the deal with Stardust and the Ascension as the
Cosmic Wasteland.
Cosmic Wasteland, but I don't understand what the issue with Cesaro and Stardust is. They haven't really.
Well, it was sort of
I don't like you.
It was a transition, is what it was, because Stardust's attention was on Neville, the start, Be My Hero and all that. Stephen Amell. And then
now it's the Superman deal, I guess. Now the Swiss Superman.
That could be one, and then Cesaro teamed up with Neville for a number of weeks, and so that sort of I'm taking my focus off of him and focusing on you now, and you've got your Cesaro section, so now I've got the Stardust section.
I just think it's like, to me, it's like, I don't like that whole deal. Like, I'd rather see Cesaro like feud with Kevin Owens, over something that means more than
Stardust.
A Stardust match. Because Cesaro, I mean, Cesaro, if anybody's watched over the last, couple of weeks, we've seen them in the past, the Cesaro section signs, but now they're getting more and more and more.
Yeah.
And they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's like they're fixing to have to do something with this guy. They need to either pull the plug with the Stardust gimmick and get him into some type of main feud with somebody that over something like the IC title, because he is. When I seen it was with the Miz, I was like, oh God, really? Of all people, this match.
But it's a win.
It's a win. And then the stuff he was doing, like the very opening, those little nip ups as he had him in the wrist lock. It was like, what is that? It's like 5-6 times he kept going down, up, down, up, and everybody's like, what the? How the hell's he doing this? And the crowd just popped for him.
I'm being entertaining. Look, Vince, I have personality.
Do you get me? Do you understand who I am?
But yeah, it was a very entertaining match, to say the least. The crowd was certainly hot for it. They let Miz get some offense in, but essentially it was
to put Cesaro over. Bro.
Yeah, and with his 15 or 16 revolutions. And
I think it was like
resolution.
I think it was 20. I think is what they counted.
Something like that. Well,
it was a lot. They could have I didn't count, but
yeah.
I was about to say people. Count,
I know it was after 12 because the crowd stopped at 12, or you could hear them at 12.
The crowd counts like 2 per swing.
Well, some will count when they reach a certain part.
Oh.
Like I always count whenever, like where he starts, whenever he goes completely around, that's one.
Yeah.
But some of the fans will start doing that, and then they'll transition into seconds.
I got you.
So they're like, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm like, no, you're screwing it up. Like, count one way or the other. Either count seconds and just go, or count how many times they go around.
It always gets it
Like
wrong.
once their head reaches this point, that's another one.
I tested out in 2K16. They count it properly.
Good.
It goes around. They don't.
Oh, so you've been playing with Cesaro there. I
Yes.
see. Oh, okay.
He has.
He won the title yet?
Yeah.
Ah.
In his universe, right?
I think so.
Oh, right on, right on.
So, but yeah, Cesaro does end up getting the victory, and he has a stare down with Stardust. But after that, we got to see a promo from Bray Wyatt talking about how he has stolen the souls. He owns the souls of Kane.
He also stole the hat of
Yeah.
Undertaker
And
and
the
the
cane,
mask.
yeah.
Of
And the
Kane.
mask, yeah.
Dude, I don't know about y'all, but I've been big on the Wyatt since they've come in,
Mhm.
and to me that segment on Raw was the best part of Raw last night.
Yeah.
I mean, it really. I mean, with the whole thunder, the lightning coming in, like in the ring post, the fire shooting up. They show the collage of different matches with the Brothers of Destruction, and then it just spins into chaos with the lightning and the pyro going everywhere. Like, to me, Bray Wyatt is selling that match without having
Well, yeah.
Undertaker
Yeah.
and Kane there, and it's like this is. I mean, everybody's like, he never wins anything. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
I don't think it matters to
With
him,
his
and it doesn't.
character,
It don't
doesn't
need
matter,
it.
Yeah.
It's about power and control over somebody, and I think, I mean, he very rarely do you see Bray work, a Monday or a SmackDown show anyway.
I've always liked the Wyatts, and I like their
But
team
I
now.
really like this whole collection of
yeah.
the
It's
Wyatts.
a passing of the torch.
Yeah, and I really get into it. I mean, to me, that was me personally, that was the best segment of Raw.
Well, I hope. I know, like, him losing doesn't get him down. It really doesn't, to me, doesn't affect his status. But, like, I kind of have a feeling that even if they do beat the Brothers of Destruction, or I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. But, like, they're passing the torch or whatever, I feel like it won't elevate him. I have that feeling it still won't elevate him that much.
I don't know, because I mean, you look at it, he lost in the Hell in the Cell, and then at the end of the night, he's dragging him out. The Wyatts are dragging him out, so it's like, did he really lose? I mean, look where he's at now. I mean, he's
He lost the battle, but he's winning the war. Kind of
and
thing.
now he's going after. I mean, they just float him right into something that I think is perfect. Of course, they did it. What was it, at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
I think it was too soon at that time. Really, I think now is more of a better time for the Wyatts.
Well, that time was just, I guess,
It was
they
just a
picked
filler.
someone
Yeah,
that,
it's.
hey,
I mean,
who
what
am
are you
gonna
going to do
fight?
now? Like, he's already lost. So I mean,
It's not going to be Sting, so who's it going to
Yeah.
be to face the
But
Undertaker?
I really think, will it elevate him? I think it will, because it'll have that over. Like, look what I did. I captured the soul. Do I see it happening at Survivor Series? Probably not. Just because it's the 25th anniversary of the Undertaker coming into the WWE or whatever. But would it be cool to see it? Sure.
I think
I'd be all about it.
I think this is one of those times that they are where they should have been for Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Like, they brought him in as this, creature of the night kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's
Night
he's sort of a cult
Leader.
Cult leader. He believes that he has divine powers. I'm the eater of worlds and all that. And so now, you fast forward a couple of years, we're now at where his character should have evolved to.
Right.
Like, he's in the right direction now. They've got him feuding with the Undertaker and Kane. This is a great passing of the torch moment. I feel like they could very well let the Wyatt family go over Undertaker and Kane.
I would like to see that, because, and then it kind of goes in of, okay, he did possess the power. They could play he possessed the power and the soul of Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah.
And now, as much as I would like to see it happen, I really don't see it happening. But
Yeah.
Stranger Things could happen.
To be completely honest, I feel that if the Undertaker were to retire, and if you were going to have even Kane retire with him, this would be a match to
That
do
would
it.
be, yeah, because that way you pass that whole.
Yeah.
with-
They're probably not going to do it because
The dark
they're
side.
going to want Undertaker to wrestle at Mania
Dallas.
in Dallas. He's from Texas, so you got to have that. But why not? Why not pass the torch at Survivor Series, one of your big 4 pay-per-views?
Not only that, but it marks the 25th anniversary. So
Yeah.
now it would be, he came in.
The beginning is now the end.
And then you pass it to Bray, and then you go on and do whatever you need to do after that.
You have him retire at Survivor Series in a great match. He goes out. Everyone's been wanting to see him and Kane team up one more time or face each other one more time or something along those lines. So go off into the sunset. Hey, WrestleMania 32, guess who's the number 1 choice for Hall of Fame? Undertaker.
I don't know if I really want him in on this one, though.
Yeah.
I don't want Taker going in at this rest just because he's from, from Texas. I mean, I'd rather see guys like, other people go in.
I'm sure the Freebirds are going in
I
this
hope
year.
the Freebirds. I hope JBL goes. I think he'll probably go this year because he's another Texas guy. So I kind of see, I think he'll be one of the inductees this year. But I don't know if I'm really ready for Taker to do it. If he's still wrestling, I don't think he should do it. That's just me. Even though he only wrestles, twice, 3 times a year, maybe.
He's actually wrestled quite a bit this year.
He has wrestled quite a bit
as compared to years past.
But if you're still active, I don't think you should. I don't think you should wrestle or get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Flair.
Well, I think that guy will be wrestling in his 90s if he makes it. I mean, that's just Flair.
If someone allows him to.
Yeah.
Who's going to clear him? No. Trust me, he'll find a way.
That's my life.
But yeah, so we'll have to see what the future holds for Bray Wyatt, but I think it's finally a step in the right direction for him. After that, we got to see the Lucha Dragons go up against Sheamus and King Barrett, who...
what's their name again?
Probably
No.
European Connection or something I heard. I don't know if that's really true. I mean, if they're going to stick with it, but...
European Connection.
I heard... I think
Train.
Cole said it, and then I know when during the match, Barrett, he was doing the whole Euro, so I don't really know. Of course, they had Rusev in that thing for a little bit, so I didn't know if they were making like some UN stable there with all different nations.
They're all going to get with Alberto Del Rio, and they're going to be part of Mexican America.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Lucha Dragons are they're like kind of giving them a push here the last couple of weeks.
Got a nice little vignette package before their match.
They won last week on SmackDown. They beat Barrett and Sheamus this week on Raw, so it's like
possible contenders for the New Day.
I guess, and then who knows?
But I mean, it was an exciting matchup. Crowd was definitely hot for it, and nothing really to take away. I mean, it was a fun little matchup with the Lucha Dragons getting the victory over Sheamus and Barrett. So after that, we got to see a backstage segment with Zeb Coulter, who was approached by Jack Swagger, his former protege.
He still had the We the People shirt.
Yeah, he did.
It's the only thing he's got left.
You can tell they're like, man, we got to do something with this guy. Hey, you want to do it backstage? You're already dressed for it. Sure.
So, asking Zeb basically, dude, what's the deal? What is this all about? And
I know we talked about this last week. What is your take on the Mex America thing, the Zeb Coulter and Alberto Del Rio connection? We think it's weird.
Yeah, I don't really like it. I think Del Rio alone, but when he was there, before, he didn't really need anybody. I mean, he don't need a manager. He could talk. I mean, he's fine. I'm not really sure what they're trying to do with the Zeb and Del Rio deal. I'm kind of lost on that. Like, I really am. I know I kind of get what they're trying to do. I just don't think it's going to work the way they're wanting.
I was about to say,
do
I
it.
don't get what they're trying to do.
it seems a little forced.
Yeah, they're forcing this, and with everything, especially with the presidential debates going on, and you got I know a lot of times they use a lot of Trump references, in a lot of promos. I know the New Day did it a while back when I think they were in the lower part of Texas, talking about building the wall and doing this and that, trying to get the cheap heat type thing. So I'm not sure if they're trying. I really do not. I don't understand the two pairings. I think it would have been better if you'd have just brought him back just as he was. I mean,
I did laugh a bit at the promo that he he was talking to Jack Swagger about. We was like, listen, it's time for us to come together, put aside our differences. You know, Mex America is where it's at. I even called Canada, and you know, but they're too stuck up to join up with us. So I was thinking, I was like, what about Canada? And then as soon as I said it, he was like, yeah, I even tried calling.
So
Canada.
I'm not really sure. You know, I don't get it. I really don't. Like, put Zeb back with Swagger and just. I don't know. I don't know what to think of that pairing. It's so weird. I mean, you knew Del Rio was going to get the pop at Hell in the Cell because he'd been gone for so long and he's going to come back. So you knew you were going to get the pop. And I know they're trying to get the heat on him to be, a major heel, another major heel for the company. It's just, I don't think people are buying it. I think they're just trying to force this down people's throat to where they're going to be like, I hate this deal. And I just don't think it's going to work. I think that's going to backfire, and then
it's going to end up getting them the wrong kind of heat,
and then they're going to do whatever.
Yeah, it's going to end up getting them the wrong kind of heat, and it's
I think so. And I like I said, I don't get it. I don't like it. I'd rather Del Rio just be by himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
he can talk, so
he's fine. I mean, he's good on the mic. He he's in better shape than he was before.
Yeah,
when he was there. So. I'm like you, Todd. I don't know, man. I don't even know where to go with it.
Yeah,
we'll see.
But we did get to see Alberto Del Rio in action going up against R-Truth. And the crowd towards the end just stopped caring about this matchup.
It was a wasted match.
Yeah.
They're just going to feed people Del Rio until Cena comes back. I mean, that's basically what they're doing. So you're going to get the R-Truths, and I'm sure you're going to get the Zack Ryders and the
Jack Swaggers
of the world to come out and I mean, I honestly
Curtis Axel.
I honestly fast forward through this match because I already knew what the outcome was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like fast forward.
Yeah,
I didn't want to watch it anymore.
Over and done with.
I didn't want to even watch it.
I wish there was angles with R-Truth. I miss R-Truth.
What's up? You can watch him on the WWE Network for the Table for Three.
Yeah.
And hear him talk about his 5 kids.
I miss little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy, yeah. You hear him talk about that as well. But after that, we got a fatal 4-way match to determine the number 1 contender for Charlotte for Survivor Series between Paige, Becky Lynch, Brie Bella, and Sasha Banks.
I forgot where I read, but they said Nikki is injured.
She's claiming that she's injured, but I feel it to be a little bit suspicious that 1, the WWE had no mention of it, and 2, it just so happens to be while Cena's taking a break from the action right now. Very strange.
They didn't even mention, like, and of course they made mention that the rest of the rest of the team members or what. I think the whole Revolution is
they were banned from ringside.
It's been really. I think it started out cool, but it just fell apart.
Yeah,
it really did, and I think. Now it's just in a downward spiral right now. That's how I really feel about the whole thing. But yeah, I'm like you. Like they never mentioned about Nikki at all.
Yep.
And I thought that was kind of strange. Like, well,
she's not injured. They had a video on WWE.com with John Cena and Nikki dressed as Dumb Dumber, the suits, and they did that dub smash thing or whatever, where the voice was coming out. Where they
lip sync to it.
Yeah, they there goes that party and they hit Harry or Lloyd, whatever, hit the knee. Yeah, they did that scene. So,
yep. What a trooper! She pushed through the injury to maybe that's where she got injured. She tore something whenever she was striking Cena down.
Did she get hit by a bus or a plane? Something. Her and her sister. If I'd listen to her sister scream Brie mode, I want to fucking rake my eyes out.
He actually likes Brie mode.
Why do you spread these lies?
Do you like Brie mode? That hurts.
Do not. He spreads lies.
Can we put the Bellas and the Kardashians all on a plane and just blow it up? Like I really,
wow.
I
gotta say it.
I hate the Bellas. Like I cannot stand. They fuck up more shit in a match than the law should allow, and they're like,
I've been hateful on the Bellas and stuff, but I felt like Nikki has stepped up.
She's had some decent matches as of late.
But look, who has she worked to have them, though? That's the whole thing. If you put her in there with anybody else, she's going to have crap matches because she can't carry it. Somebody's got to carry her in the match.
No, she can carry.
I don't think she did better
the Charlotte match that she had for
Hell in a Cell.
Nikki,
I think that was a lot more Charlotte than Nikki.
No. It was Nikki more.
No way.
It was.
No way.
It was.
I've never seen Nikki have a good match with anybody until Charlotte was in the ring with her.
Guess we agree to disagree.
Yeah.
We will on that one.
in this
You're not
one.
going to convince me on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No,
I mean, I've seen, I just
Nikki is between Nikki and Brie, Nikki has the most improved. She's still terrible on the mic. I hate hearing her talk, but in the ring, I will tolerate her more than any. I will take Nikki 10 times to 1 Brie Bella.
See, I don't care for either one. So it's like, I mean, I think the match would have been better if it had been a 3-way. Between Paige, Becky, and Sasha more than have Brie in there. I think it's like, I think Brie's going to get lost without Nikki because they were always together. You never see them, do anything really apart unless one of them was injured. But even that, I think what was it, a few years ago, Nikki was injured and she was still coming down with Brie, for the whole deal. I cannot get into the Bellas.
The Brie mode thing was, I don't know if
hear
you ever
that
watched Total
music,
Divas.
That is vomit to my
myself.
ears.
Yeah.
Good Lord,
You
it
should
is
see him
awful.
when it comes on. I laughed at him.
It is terrible.
But whenever she goes, Brie mode, what's hilarious to me is in Total Divas, when they were like hyping up, oh no, Brie mode, she gets drunk. It's Brie mode.
Yeah.
She don't do shit when she's drunk. She does
Nothing
anything
happens.
I don't
crazy.
see her running, kicking people in the face when she's drunk.
Well, it's what they hype it up like she does stuff like crazy stuff. She does nothing.
Yeah.
So when she does that, I was like, oh, here comes nothing.
Here comes a kick.
Yeah, I read a deal a while back that Lance Storm put out, and he talked about this whole Divas resolution. And first of all, the whole diva thing, I mean, if you really, diva to me is degrading. I mean, you hear people, oh, that girl's a diva. I mean, she's a bitch, or she's stuck up or something. And they're trying to portray it as something being something good when you watch anything else and it's something bad. Just drop the divas and just put it women's, make it a WWE women's world champion. I mean,
Let Sasha be the one to do that.
I wish Charlotte would have just been like, just thrown that piece of shit title down on the ground and be like, I'm a women, in NXT it's women's champions. Well, why can't you have it up at in WWE, on the main roster as a women's champion?
But then you'd have to change the show to total women's.
They
And
can
that's
leave
just-
it divas because they're all divas on the show. I mean, they all bitch and moan and
Yeah.
complain and whatever. But
Show
don't,
cookies.
don't. Just I don't know. Like I said, I wish one belly goes. I think the other one should go too. Go at home with Daniel Bryan and y'all go make your.
Well, in Total
Brian
Divas,
babies.
Brie does. I mean, they both want kids, Brie and Nikki.
Yeah.
Nikki will never have kids because she's gonna be with Cena. Cena don't want kids.
Oh, yeah,
Cena don't want to
see,
get married and blah
Yep.
blah blah blah.
They
blah.
play that up big time.
Yeah, and then you got Ziggler trying to hit on Nikki and hey, I'll give you kids and I'll give you a marriage and blah blah.
Did you
blah,
watch
blah,
it?
blah. What?
Did you watch it?
Of course I watched.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you sperm.
I like the Total Divas.
I'll give you my cereal.
It's really good.
The funniest to me is I like the whole when TJ's on there. He's like, you can tell he's like, I don't want to be on this show, but I'm gonna be on this show because they're paying me to be on the show.
I know they don't do it anymore, but I liked Vinny when he was on there.
Yeah, they totally dropped her too. Or,
Yeah, they dropped her.
What's that girl's name? I don't even know. She ain't even relevant
Cameron?
anymore. Yeah, that's
Cameron.
That girl. But yeah, he was pretty funny. But I like John. I like the, or is it John Uso or Jimmy Uso, whichever one it is. I don't remember.
John.
He's pretty funny, so it's entertaining on that part. Yeah, it's just.
So, fatal four-ways match to determine the number one contender.
It was actually a decent match, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Each woman got their own time to shine.
They each got their own time to shine.
Some shine brighter than
Yeah,
others.
right. We already know who that was. But anyway, yeah, I think it was pretty cool. We all knew, at least I did, I all knew who was going to win that match. Just from what happened last week. So you kind of knew what was going to happen. They're not going to give it to Sasha.
They're holding off on her.
Yeah, they really are. And that's fine because
I think it's a good thing.
if they give it, if Charlotte keeps it and then they go with Sasha and Charlotte, they did what they did in NXT. And they do it on the main, it's going to be something good.
Honestly, I would love for them to hold that match off until Mania.
And it might be.
Yeah.
I mean, they might go back and forth.
I don't know what the hell they're going to do between now and then, but man, I would love to see Sasha in a championship match at Mania, win the title. Like,
that would be
huge.
That would be huge. I think it really would. It'd give them a good time because, I mean, in NXT, those girls, they get a lot of time on the show. I mean, a lot of times you'll get 2 women's matches on the hour show. So and it's something about Sasha and Charlotte and Becky. Man, when it's like a big time event, something switches in their head, and man, they go out there and kill it.
Yeah,
I mean, they'll steal the show a lot of times.
That match between Sasha and Bayley,
that 30-minute takeover. I wish the only thing I would have done different on that is I would have left it 0-0 until the very last. And then let Bayley get the win.
Yeah.
Instead of doing like 1-1, 2,
3-2.
Yeah, I wish they'd have just kept it all the way, no pinfalls until the very end, where they were spent. It was a last ditch effort. Bayley got the big win. I think that would have meant more.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed that, watching that. I mean, I really did. It was great, and for everybody to come out at the end like that and give them props.
It was special
to be main eventing that type of deal. I think was really, really cool.
So I mean, my God, just imagine what they could do in a WrestleMania setting where it's like the pressure is on, and they've shown that they can handle the pressure.
Yeah, they can.
So I mean, hell, they wrestled in front of 16,000 in Brooklyn,
killed it,
and or I don't know when they plan to bring Bayley up.
I don't know if they are right now.
Because they got to establish some new. They have to establish some new female wrestlers.
Who's in it? As far as the women in NXT that can really go with Bayley, I don't see anybody.
I mean, you've got Dana Brooke, who's up and coming.
Emma's have really good matches in NXT.
Yeah, Emma's coming up there. You've got Asuka.
Yeah.
Forgot
about her. She's
Nia Jax.
She needs a lot of work still, though.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a big girl.
No, they're probably not going to be working with Blue Pants anymore.
No, she kind of screwed herself from what I heard.
What happened?
I read a deal where she got drunk at the Brooklyn thing and started cussing and like in front of like a lot of higher ups at WWE.
Oh,
and they're like,
snap.
She wasn't even a contracted talent. She was just like part-time type. Oh, I fucking hated it. I didn't like her at all. I didn't see what
It's Blue Pants.
But yeah, they do have a lot of girls coming up. And Carmella. I think with Nia Jax being there, I think they need to do more with make her more like a Kong.
Mm-hmm. And aren't they bringing in who was it? Athena.
Athena is there, and I don't
she's like officially made
she is signed to the contract.
She's already been involved. I think in one of the tapings.
I think this one's coming up. I think she'll be on, but I know she worked some of the live events down in Florida in different areas. She's really good, and I could see her having some decent matches with Bayley. I mean, if they, I don't really know. Of course, they got some other girls that I don't know where they came from, but they're pretty decent.
Yeah, I think
Mary Kay or something. There are a couple of girls in there that they were kind of jobbers at first, but now they kind of turned.
They're starting to establish.
Yeah, they're starting to get established more.
I think once Bayley comes up to the main roster, the Divas division is gonna
change.
Yeah, because they're gonna say, okay, we brought these girls up, we have to have some focus on them, and that's gonna be a turning point. Saying, all right, ladies, your Brie Bellas, your Alicia Foxes, and all that.
Alicia can work though.
She can. I mean, watch a match from her in NXT. Like she can go.
She can
go. They just refuse to
let her go.
Let them show it.
She's, they put her with the
Bellas.
The Bellas, and it's like, oh, you're just in the shadow of the Bellas, and it's like, but she can actually work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you get rid of the Bellas and your main core group of girls were like Natalya, Alicia Fox, Paige, Becky, Naomi, did I say Charlotte? But you got those girls can actually work, and you can do something with them, and that's what they need.
Yeah,
you need to weed the Bellas out and let the girls go out and work like they want to work.
Yeah,
they want to go out there.
Give them a chance.
They want to go out there and have a 12-minute match on a Monday Night Raw.
Why not? I really think that they're gonna hold off on Sasha until Mania.
I think so too, because the crowd's really getting behind him. They're gonna, and I mean,
they're gonna have to turn her face. She'll probably feud with Naomi and or Tamina.
Yeah, and then they'll eventually get to. I really would like to see Charlotte and Sasha at Mania. I think that would be a stellar match.
Yeah.
Because I've already seen it once in NXT, and I can just imagine what they'd probably turn it up 10 times on a Mania.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great.
But going back to the match on Raw, Paige ended up getting the victory. It was, very predictable.
Right.
It's kind of to hold off. But so Paige is going to be going up against Charlotte at Survivor Series. And that takes us into the main event, which was Team Reigns, the team of Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, the returning Usos, and Ryback going up against Team Rollins with Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and the New Day.
That team cracked me up. I like that.
That's your all-star team right there.
I don't know about all-star team.
That's your all-star team right there.
I don't know about this New Day. I mean, it's...
What?
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, last time you said you're not a fan of New Day.
I'm not that big on the New Day. I mean, some of the stuff, I think it's... What really gets me is JBL puts it over, and he starts just making he's, Louis Armstrong on the trombone, and it's like, what? But, it's, it is what it is, and I know, they've been pushing them pretty hard.
I think you just need to think a little more positively.
No,
yes.
I'll pass. Yeah, when I said it was like, okay, Rollins and Owens, I was like, all right, no problem. I can get, okay, who else? And I'm thinking, who else is really left for them to put? And it's like, as soon as I seen it, I was like, we know where this is going.
Oh, come on. The New Day is like the most entertaining part of Raw right now.
I mean, their promos, they're great on the mic. I mean, they're very entertaining.
Have you seen any of the backstage videos that they're involved in? Like on the WWE.com?
I've seen a few. I hadn't seen them all. Like I said, I think what makes me be okay with the New Day is listening to JBL and how much he puts them over on the, and then he's doing his job is putting them over.
Right.
Of course, he's kind of playing that hillish commentator, but, he's like, oh, look at
the few times that he actually does it.
Yeah. This guy sounds great on the trombone. And they're like, really? What? This guy sucks. Like, you're comparing him to like a lot of these famous people. And so I'll tolerate him. I'm not,
I'm
not
all for
hating
him.
on him.
I loved it when Seth Rollins music. They're like,
oh yeah, they're drumming it. Yeah,
air guitar. And
the one I feel bad for, the more the worse, is Xavier. That poor guy never can catch a break.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, he gets in there and he's in there for what, 2
Oh,
seconds?
yeah.
Any match he took all the table spots in the Dudley feud. I mean, it's like, damn, Dunn. Like, why can't he just wrestle like with?
He's still trying to get that PhD.
Oh, is that what it is?
He's taking online courses
Oh,
and he's
University of
filming.
Phoenix.
Yeah, and he's filming his up down down stuff. So it's like, look, I'll go out there and perform, but get me out of there quick. I got
How
stuff to
awesome
do.
is that? Is you have your internet show and WWE is also pimping
They're plugging
the hell out
it,
of
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
plugging it.
That's
and
crazy.
his merchandise on WWEshop.com.
Buy the up down down T-shirt and keep it tight.
Have you ever seen that or whatever? He'll have Big E on there. He's creepy as hell at the end. He goes,
They call him Creep E.
yeah, or he's like, and he goes, Big Daddy says, keep it tight. I'm like,
Keep it tight for daddy.
keep it tight for
Keep
Daddy.
it
I'm like,
tight
oh my
for
gosh,
daddy.
you creeper, man.
And he's got like the eyes.
Keep it tight for daddy.
And it's like, oh my god. So I guess that's one of the reasons why, is because we're
I
seeing
think
all the stuff that's not making it to
Out
Monday
of
Night
all
Raw.
of them, all 3 members, he gets me. Like, I lose my stuff when it comes to Big E, like how he does everything.
And I like how his introduction has progressively gotten more robust.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, Houston! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous 2 times and feel the power.
When I turned it on, because I was flipping back and forth, I was doing something at my house. But anyway, did he not come out with did they not have the other title with him? I only seen
Yeah,
one.
they only came out with one.
Where was the other okay, I was making sure maybe he took it off when before he got in the ring, and I'm like,
They misplaced it somewhere.
did somebody pull the rib and not give him that? They're like, hey, you need to wear this when you go out? I noticed that.
we're the tag team champs, but we're not defending, so we only need one. We just got to make sure we establish.
Well, I'm having this trombone, so I don't
Yeah,
know
we got the trombone. What else do you need? So, who cares?
I wonder if Xavier Wood had to really learn how to play the trombone when they gave it, like, hey, we want you to go out with this trombone and start
You
playing.
could tell that he's kind of like,
if you notice at first, it was like,
he was winging it.
yeah, and then weeks by week, he got better with it. So I wonder if
he's like, hey, man, you know
how to play trombone.
Yeah.
Well, I've always wanted to learn how to play trombone. This is my chance.
Yeah. Can I just play this one thing? Yes, I got it. All right. Moving on. What's the next one? So, yeah. But, I mean, you can tell that these guys are just having fun.
They are. They really are. And like I said, I wish, I wish you could see more Xavier Woods in a match more than just being Kofi and Big E. But
He's pretty much the mouthpiece.
yeah, I think that's what it's more. Is he's more
the brain.
He's the brain. Yeah, and you kind of see that because he's, especially just around the ring and where he's always talking, during the matches or whatever when it's just a tag match. So, yeah, I mean it's not that I hate him. It's just
Oh, now you're backtracking.
I'm not I never said I hated him. I'm just not that big on him.
Yeah. But, this matchup, traditional Survivor Series matchup, it ends in a disqualification, which I'm fine with.
Right.
It's better than having Rollins lose or
Keeps everybody
anything like that.
strong.
Yeah. Team Reigns ends up winning with Reigns and Ambrose being the survivors against Rollins. So anything really to take away from the matchup?
No, not really. I figured it was going to become between, leave Rollins and Reigns and then some type of, screw job finish.
Yeah. I was cracking up at Cole during this matchup because he's like, oh, my God, it's tied up at 3. Oh, my God, now it's 3-2. And
Yeah, he was really like...
He was
over,
way into a match that had no implications.
It had no meaning. Just
Yeah.
the fact of it's, they made it a traditional, Survivor Series, elimination match. But
Yeah.
it had no... The best thing about it, the whole, when they were talking about it, was seeing a lot of the old, of course they only did really one older, the very first Survivor Series match.
And the one from like 2005.
Yeah, Raw versus SmackDown or whatever. But that I like that when they, there's, and then you see,
Some of the history.
older stuff.
They got 3 hours to fill. They got to
yeah,
put
they
something
got to do a
on it.
lot. Yeah.
So, but Team Reigns does end up getting the victory, and Rollins escapes with the title. So that pretty much wraps up Raw. Not too bad. It was more enjoyable.
Yeah, it really wasn't that bad. Like I said, to me, out of the 3 hours, the Bray Wyatt promo was that whole segment to me was well worth it.
Nice. So with that being said, it's time to talk some WWE 2K16
Q&A. Ask me
Q&A.
questions.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Questions and answers. Tyler, do you need to get some water before we begin?
Nah.
You're gonna tough it out. You got
Tough it
this.
out.
You're gonna be tougher than Nikki Bella taking time off to chill with John Cena. All right, appreciate it. So 2K16 came out last Monday. We talked about it just a little bit on last week's show, and we've both had some time to play it. The only time I've played it is whenever you're hanging out with me, so I haven't gotten enough experience yet. But overall, what do you think of the game?
I do like it a lot better than last year's game because they took a lot out last year's game. Let's see, the graphics are better.
Graphics are better.
Or I should say, I think they scanned a lot more people. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of
Mikey Whipwreck.
there's a lot of people on there that look like that. I mean, they didn't get scanned. You could tell.
Mm-hmm.
So they get
Jericho, I
puffy
think.
cheeks and stuff. But the moves, man, there's so many new moves in this game. They like overhauled it and stuff, and like we've heard things in the past where like indie stars will get paid to do the mocap on certain things. Like what's so cool is on certain people's moves, like Kevin Owens, Cesaro, they have some of their moves from the indies that they don't use in WWE. Like Cesaro does a Ricola bomb in there, and it's called the Ricola bomb. Kevin Owens does the package pile driver. Stuff like that. And it's cool to see. But there's a lot of new improved moves, new improved reversals, like motions and stuff, like how to reverse it and stuff. When I was playing him, like I can easily reverse the computer, but it's still taking me a while to get used to reversing a person.
Mm-hmm.
And Still trying to get used to the submission system. I don't like it one bit. It's a circle on the screen, and you're the red. If you're doing a submission to someone, you're the red, and they're the blue, and you got to line them up.
Yeah, you got to catch up to them, and they can.
Yeah.
It's basically a cat and mouse type of game.
Yeah, it's not that easy to catch up. But I always feel like it's hard for me to do that. But if I'm in the submission hold, I'm doing better getting away from them.
Yeah.
It's weird. I got to practice on it. I feel that the new reversal system is good in terms because you have a bar. You may have 3 in your bar or 4 or 5. And when you reverse it, it's minor or major, it'll go down. And when your bar goes all the way down, you can't reverse anymore, which is good because when you played in last year's, everyone would
That's all it was.
reverse, and that's
I'm going to reverse your reversal.
Yeah, I mean your meter will go up eventually, but this is what's needed because you're just going to have a reverse fest.
Yeah.
So,
and if you drain your entire reversal bar, you have to sit there. You can't reverse anything, so you either have to try and run away or be on the
just
offensive.
get your ass beat.
Yeah.
In which I do like that. It's a pain in the butt, but it is better than the other reverse fest alternative. But I've had it. I think the difficulty, I don't know if there is a difficulty settings.
There is.
Oh, I have it on what
Normal.
came with the game,
Which is normal.
and the matches take forever.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're gonna sit down and play a match, you're
not going to get a 5-minute
Yeah.
quickie.
Yeah, you're not. Even if you hit your signature whenever you build your meter up and your finisher, they're going to kick out of that automatically. Sometimes a person, depending on who they are and their stats, will kick out of a second finisher. John Cena.
Like real life.
Yeah. So that's funny. I do like that. But
Yeah, there was one match. It was one of the very first matches that I played. I believe I was Reigns and I fought Kane, and I hit my finisher 3 times and lost the match.
Well, just like real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also the bar or the little circle bar whenever they pin you and you don't, it gets smaller and smaller, and sometimes it's hard to do that to get in that little circle.
Especially since it's automatic.
Yeah.
You don't know when it's going to start. It just
Well,
goes.
I mean, I'm getting used to it, but sometimes, when I was versing him, did you beat me with a pin? Yeah, the first match you beat me with the pin. The second one was a TLC.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get up in time.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a slower pace. It can be fast or whatever, but you'll run your stamina down. And I think you can lower the difficulty.
You have to be more cautious about what you do.
Yeah, it's not spam.
You can't sprint. You can't reverse the whole time. Otherwise, you're just going to be screwed.
It's more realistic, and I like that, though. It's just taking me... I used to be dominant in these games. Last year, Doug beat our asses. And then...
frequently.
and now I'm finding it where, he's now beating me.
That's right.
That's right, bitch.
So, but
Go eat your cereal.
They have, they announced that's the largest roster.
It is a huge roster.
120.
That's with a lot of hidden. I almost say hidden characters or a lot of hidden characters.
But you know how the
whatever.
last few games they would have a lot of repeats, but different character. It's the same character, but maybe he's different from another year or whatever. They have a few of those in this game, not much, but they do have 5 Stone Colds, which is ridiculous.
Oh, jeez. He didn't really change his gimmick that much.
Well, they have
Unless you get the Ringmaster gimmick.
Ringmaster,
Stunning
you
Steve.
have Superstar, and then you have
Stunning.
So,
But as far as Kane goes, if you select Kane,
there is 2 Kanes in the game, but they have different attires.
And you can for the old you can go back to the Attitude Era Kane and all that. He changed his attire through his years.
Right.
So
Same with Taker. Is Taker like that too?
They have 3
He had a lot of
takers.
gimmicks.
They have 3 takers. A current one. It may have changed. He may have short hair or a little longer or whatever. They have American Badass, and they have the when Taker first started.
Old
With
school
the
with the gray.
gloves,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, so I've been playing Universe mode. Some new improvements where you could have the superstars on multiple shows now, not just they're on Raw or SmackDown. They could be on both or NXT, or if you create another show, they could be on that too.
Huh.
And one thing they didn't approve on is for a pay-per-view, you can only have 2 shows that host it. But since multiple people can be on multiple shows, like most of the people are on Raw and SmackDown, so I could take SmackDown off and put NXT and Raw. So
Nice.
the characters will be on there. I found some glitches in universe mode, but not like funny glitches.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would start rivalries and stuff, and I have 3 rivalries, and it'll start, and each Monday it'll progress and stuff. But I'll have it where I had 3 of them, but they only showed 1 rivalry. So the other 2 rivalries wasn't going on, even though when the weeks were going passing by, it was counting down those rivalries, but nothing was happening between them. So that was a glitch.
Weird.
I also had it where I was Kevin Owens Intercontinental Champion. I like to keep stuff current. So he was fighting. I forgot who he was fighting, but he came out and they announced, "Oh, here is the contender, the champion, Kevin Owens, the Intercontinental Champion." I was like, "No, I'm not the contender for my championship. I have my championship." So just little glitches, but and then I love universe mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's last year you had certain stories you can put with them and unlock. You can't do it this year. So things just automatically happen. And there's certain little videos that may happen at the end, like they'll have a face off or someone will jump you. Same as last year. Or then they'll have a little status after all that stuff's done. Like, oh, he showed some dominance and now he's the number 1 contender or something. Stuff like that if one person has the title. Oh no, I do like universe mode. I think they could have improved it a little more, but I still love it. That's the main thing I'm gonna be playing. If I'm by myself, I'll be playing universe mode. I took a crack at showcase mode. It's cool. They'll show the history of Austin, but one thing is weird, and I don't know how they're gonna go back. Like you first start out as the ringmaster, Steve Austin. Who did I verse? I forgot. The second person I versed was Bret Hart, but I forgot the first person who I was fighting. But then, like, because when you first start, they'll show a video for where you first start, and they
give you the history.
Ringmaster. But I was like, you just skipped ECW because they'll talk about ECW. So is that a side objective? I don't know. Because they did get Joey Styles to come do the commentary between for this game, Stone Cold and Mikey Whipwreck.
Mikey Whipwreck's on the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the game. Yeah.
I was like his only feud in. I think really that's, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, but I know when Austin was in ECW, he did mostly promos.
Yeah.
But
he only had like 2 or 3 matches.
I think his only really main match was with Whipwreck, to be honest.
So that's the only reason Mikey's in that game.
Must be. He must have got his.
So yeah, I haven't played too far into it, but you know, everyone knows you do the objectives and it does a cut scene of what all the stuff that's happened. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I have not done my career mode. I played a lot of just in exhibition.
Yeah.
You know, just learning the moves and stuff because I also want to go through, and I have a problem if when I find a character I like, I play with them a lot. I need to not do that because there's so many characters on the roster. I need to play with them all. And yeah. Oh, there's a new run-in thing in the entrance, which is pretty cool. Say I'm playing against the computer, and okay, I come out first or whatever, and then whoever I am, and then the other person comes out. Well, you can jump them, or what's it called?
It's called a run-in.
Run-in. So they can be walking
or breakaway
in,
or something like that.
Breakout. And then they're doing their same entrance, but they pan out to you, and you can run towards them, but they're still doing their entrance theme, and you can jump them, or they can be at the beginning, middle, or they can be walking around the ring, and you can still jump them. Same as if you're the number 2 player, and they come out, you can jump them. You'll come out from the back and jump them and beat them up.
Hit them from behind.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool because one time I was Kevin Owens. I was fighting Santino. You know how he walks and does that?
Right.
He was going around the ring, and I did that breakout, and I clotheslined him when he was walking around and did that. So that's a pretty cool, neat thing. One thing I found, I wanted to do that. I was Big Show fighting Adam Rose when he has those party people and stuff, because they still have that theme on there. You cannot break out and attack him.
That sucks.
Because I guess they have those. I guess they don't have them. You can't fight them. They're only for the entrance purpose.
Yeah.
You know, because when he came out and then when the match starts, they're gone. So they're not probably like.
They're just there for the entrance. And then
Yeah, they're probably not like mechanical wise like people we can fight.
Gotcha. I have played a little bit of the My Career mode, and I would like a little more detail for that. Because you walk into the Performance Center, and there's A-Train, but the room is completely silent. And he's like, okay, I'm going to have you go up against the Vaudevillains. You're going to team up with Baron Corbin.
Is there people training in the background?
No, but... you go in and you're just standing there next to Baron Corbin, moving your hands, and it shows your head. There's no talking. There's no conversation. So it's like you're going over details, but you don't hear them. Another small little gripe about that would be there's a scene where Renee Young is in it, and I don't know who approved the facial patterns that they did.
That she looked bad.
She looks awful. They did a horrible job. Oh my God. Like, whoever saw that and was like, yeah, that looks great, they need to be let go, because it is terrible. And, there's a part where she's like interviewing you, and it's so cartoony because her cheeks are like so wide. Like, you remember,
kind of reminds me of last year. There was a lot of people like that, like Ryback and Curtis Axel and all this stuff.
Like, do you remember Super Mario 64, where when Mario's face first pops up and you can actually grab his cheeks and stretch them? It's like that. It's like someone grabbed her cheeks, pulled them out to the side, and she's like, okay, I'm here with the next NXT rookie. Welcome to the show. And, she asks you a question, and you get to choose your response, which determines your attitude. And, you don't get to pick the voice who does your character.
Oh, I thought they gave you that option.
Or maybe they did and I missed it, but I did not see that option. And, his mouth movements are off from what he's saying. I'm sitting there going, they could have tried a little bit. It looks like it was still in the pre-stage area. Like, this wasn't the polished thing. It's like, no, we still have some finishing touches to put on there to make it look better. And once we get done with that, it'll be perfect. But then they were just like, oh, well, we fired that guy, and he didn't update his stuff. So this is what you get. What was the other thing? Oh, create a character. I have a huge gripe about that, because they, it's nice that they added a lot of stuff in there, but whenever if you want to add a tattoo, if you want to add a t-shirt to someone, normally what happens is you scroll to that particular item and boom, it pops up on your character, correct? Wrong. Not this time. You have to click on it, wait for it to load, it pops up on your character. If you look
last year was like that too, though, right?
Maybe, I don't recall. But if you don't like it, then you have to go back, erase it, then start all over again.
It takes a while.
Yeah, so you have to start with another one and go on to the next one, and it's a long process that could have been easily fixed that was not fixed. The entrance mode, create an entrance. They did fix a little bit of it. I went back and actually looked at when we were having our fun, I didn't get to do a whole lot of create an entrance, but this time I got to go back and look at it. There are at least a few more options than either a wrestler or a guy with a cell phone.
But it's still not much.
Still not much.
Really?
Yeah, and it's extremely disappointing
to me.
In
the games, like before they brought it to the new gen consoles, they had a lot of options that you could, they had the advanced stuff where you can cut them up and
that's what I love to do, because it made it an entrance that I wanted to see. That app that you talked about, I still haven't found it.
Yeah, I don't think it's out. There's an app where you can take a picture of someone or whatever, or a logo, and you can or the face, and you could put it on to a created character, and it looks like, because they did that with Stephen Amell, they did that with a lot of other people and stuff, because we wanted to create ourselves. But they also, you can do logos and stuff, because
for
we
the
also
arenas and championships.
I want to make a podcast championship belt.
The create an entrant, create an arena, and create a championship belts. Those are pretty cool. I will admit. But yeah, the create a character and create an entrance still needs a lot of work, in my opinion. Still not up to par for my liking.
Okay.
But it's better than last year's. But
like last year's sucked in a lot of ways. But the thing that kept me playing it was the moves. Like when you played in the match, like the creative whatever sucked.
Yeah.
But now they've changed. Well, they made a little. They're on the right path to making a better game next year.
Yeah, they stripped last year so bare. I couldn't stand it. I hardly even played it. But I can at least tolerate
tell
this one.
Curse about scrambles.
So we made this create a character, and we decided to make it the most ridiculous looking character you've ever seen. Sunken eyes, like over the top eyebrows, like face and cheekbones going in all sorts of different directions. One arm is larger than the other. One leg is larger than the other. And so we named him Scrambles. But his ring announcing, like whenever they say, hey, now approaching to the ring, it is Babyface Betty Douglas. Yeah.
And he's pretty agile. He's short, but he's a big, ugly
he's the shortest guy, but he's the fattest guy.
But he's agile.
He can do the flips and everything.
Yeah.
Very agile. So more 2K16 reviews.
Yeah, we got most of it, but there's probably other modes I want to try and talk about. And also, we're going to get Doug's opinion when he comes back. He may not have time to play it, but we'll see what he says.
We'll get his thoughts. And for those of you who do have the game, make sure if you come across a glitch or a fail of some kind, make sure you send it our way. We're going to be putting them together and make a compilation video that's going to go on our YouTube channel, WNS Video. So if you come across one of those fails or anything like that, send it our way. Email it to podcastcrew@yahoo.com and make sure to include your gamer tag or PlayStation ID so we can properly credit you for it. But with that being said, it's time to go into the Q&A portion of the show. Your questions, our answers. First question coming to us from Dawson saying, hey guys, who would you put in a traditional Survivor Series fantasy team? We'll start with you, Curtis.
Fantasy team.
Yeah, fantasy team, your all-star team.
I would go Cesaro.
Is 4 or 5? 5.
5 on 5.
Yeah. I'd do Cesaro, Neville.
Cesaro and Neville.
We're doing both sides, like good guys, bad guys, or are we just doing like one?
I guess we'll just do one each.
Yeah, let's just do 5.
Okay.
Like who would your team be?
Okay. So we got Cesaro, Neville. Man, this is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody? Is it current roster or NXT? I mean,
fantasy team. So
okay.
Anyone you want, I guess.
I would do Cesaro, Neville, Ziggler. I'd do Owens, and for the fun of it, I'd do Zack Ryder.
So Ryder, Owens, Cesaro, Ziggler, and Neville. Yeah. That's your 5. How about you, Tyler? You get any 5 traditional Survivor Series fantasy team.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go off of people that I like. I feel like in my head I like and they're hot right now. So Gable and Jordan.
Gable and Jordan, nice.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Owens.
Owens.
So that's 4, right?
Yes.
More. It's kind of hard. You got a huge roster.
I know he's been away for a while, but I've been playing as him in the game, so I'm going to go with Hideo Itami.
Nice. All right. Let's see. For me, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Samoa Joe. Who would be the other 2? Who did I throw in there? Trying to come up with a solid team. You got Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Seth Rollins. Not the Santa Claus that gave Tyler cereal.
Bring that back up.
Trying to think.
Baron Corbin, right?
Dean Ambrose. That'll be my 5. So thanks for the question, Dawson. Final question.
Oh, sorry. I know this is going back to 2K16.
Going back.
You know who's going to be DLC? Samoa Joe. He's going to be in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Can't wait for that.
You've been waiting since you heard.
Yep. I'm
So-
going to wait even longer.
Yep, that's right. So, final question coming to us from Micah, saying the impressions are always hilarious. The Enzo one was my favorite of the show. For the Q&A, based off of the ending conversation from this or last week's show, what's your favorite current and all-time wrestler theme song? For me, my current is Apollo Crews with Cruise Control. All-time favorite would be Jesse and Festus with Biscuits and Gravy. So funny. I also got WWE 2K16, and I love it. Way better than the previous one. Flows much better, and so far, no glitches. I have to be a little more tactical in regards to reversals due to having a limited amount. My career, I personally didn't like previous games, but so far it's pretty well. Slow beginning, but I can see it. But I see it'll get better. And my wrestler's name is Micah Angelo. So there you go. So thank you. Past and
Question again?
past and present.
Theme song.
Favorite themes.
I actually like Charlotte's theme.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can get so much slack over this, but
Slack!
I don't give a shit. I don't like this band, but I like
The Oddities.
this- Yes.
Always the Oddities.
I always like that one.
Lord.
Never liked Insane Clown Posse, but I just like
hate
this.
Passion.
How about you, Curtis? Past and present.
If I had to go with the past, I'm gonna bring it way back.
Don't go too far.
I'm gonna go with
Don't go too far.
the Midnight Express.
Mhm.
Just like there was no lyrics; it was just straight, instrumental. I just liked it. Present. I really like Pages. I mean,
Yeah.
I like that style. That
I
I was listening to it last night, and I was like, I'd listen to that on the radio. I mean, that's
Yeah.
it was just I don't know what band it is or whatever, but
It's that. It's the same band that has been putting out all the themes.
Oh, okay.
Who I guess they replaced Jim Johnson.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was
CFO
I don't know if
money or
I don't
something
know
like
if
that.
He's replaced because he was on Total Divas a while back.
Yeah.
Because the Bellas wanted to sing their own entrance.
Oh Lord.
So I guess he decided to go shoot himself in the head and let that happen. So, but yeah, I would have to go with Pages as the current, and then like I said, the
Midnight Express
Midnight
for
Express
past.
as the past.
Nice. I'd probably say favorite of all time has to be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Just the glass
The glass
shattering. I
shattering,
mean, my
yeah.
God, what better way to get a
That
crowd
really
hyped?
gets you,
Current, I know this is going to sound weird, but I'm going to say Seth Rollins. Like, every time I hear it with the drums and all,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude.
That's not bad. It's
When I first
first
heard
it
it,
was bad.
I was like, God, that's so generic. It is generic wrestler 34 with Dean Ambrose, generic wrestler 35. Honorable mention, second place for Finn Balor.
No,
Yeah.
I was about to say no. I take back my Charlotte, just because I like Enzo and Cass's.
Oh, yeah, Enzo and
Oh,
Cass
yeah.
have a good one.
That's-
That's future. I'll say that's a future.
Okay.
if I had to go with a past, really, and I'm gonna go back, to my childhood, but is the Ultimate Warriors.
Yeah.
I mean, as a kid growing up, when you hear this, you're like, you're running around the house. When you straighten the TV up, your mom's like, turn that down. Hell no, I'm running around the house. But those two were my favorites, and I just like the Midnight Express, as one, just because it was totally, it was kind of a cool theme. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. If not, look it up. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. But
When we went to the NXT show, I guess I didn't realize
I forgot you.
talk about someone's entrance. There was like a few I don't remember hearing before certain entrance music, and I liked Bailey's.
Yeah, Bailey's
I
is
can't
fun.
get into
You know, like
It's fun.
It's just a fun, yeah. I
there
heard
was
Vince
another
McMahon
one.
heard
What
it,
was
you
it?
know,
There was another one I liked. I can't remember.
I like Enzo and Cass's. They got the Italy.
Yeah.
It breaks it down.
I mean, I do like Tyler Breeze's stuff too.
It's
Yeah.
Tyler.
So,
That's why you like it.
yeah.
It's just because your name's in it.
Yeah.
And then if
Mark.
more, what is that a mark?
What's that smell? Mark.
Some more that I like in the past was like the DX stuff and New Age Outlaws.
First DX was great. And then the
X-Pac.
NWO. That's when I like. We can go on for days on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's about it.
That was a good question. I like that.
Yeah. One of my favorites from WCW was always Rey Mysterio's, where it was like, ha, ha, ha.
Oh, yeah. Like, I wasn't a big on WCW just because I grew up watching WWF back in the day. Of course, I got into it when you had the whole Monday Night Wars thing. So, the one that really sticks out is the Jimi Hendrix when Hogan would come out.
Yes.
He playing the guitar with his hand and stuff. So, yeah.
Well, I stand up next to a mountain. I chop it down with the edge of my hand.
Of course, Big Boss Man's back in the day was great. Another one was good, too, was Rick Rude.
Yeah.
You heard that. I mean, you knew who it was. He was fixing to diss some fat women, so it was
Well, that's going to do it for us this week. We certainly appreciate the questions. Make sure to submit your questions on our YouTube channel, WNS Video, also our Facebook page, WNS Podcast. Check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com and WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook. And subscribe to us on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, and Player.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
And as always, you can follow us on Twitter at WNS Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at WNS_Daniel. You can follow Tyler at Tyler_Daniel. Tyler_Abear. Tyler_Abear.
Damn it.
So there you go. Well, Curtis, we appreciate you stepping in.
guys. It was great.
Yeah. Do you have any social media to plug? If you like?
I'm on Twitter. It's Curtis the Beard.
Curtis the Beard.
At Curtis the Beard.
The Beard.
I'm on Twitter.
The Beers.
Normally it's I talk tweeting. The only thing I hate about Twitter is like I start getting into stuff.
Yeah.
And then I look down. It's like I can't tweet this now because I gotta. Too long. I got to backtrack and like shorten everything up. But yeah, I am.
I heard they might be changing that.
I hope they give you at least 200 characters or something.
Maybe.
What, 120 or whatever it is.
140.
Yeah, because you really get into stuff and it's like next thing you know,
It's like, need to explain something. God.
I'm really bad now, especially with the whole political thing right now. I'm all about it.
Oh Lord.
I'm all in it. So it's like I start doing it. It's like I'm one thing over. Really, I'm trying to, hashtag something or whatever.
Got to change the word "and" to an ampersand.
Yeah,
yes, I saved 2 spaces. So
yeah, it always pisses me off. But yeah, I'm on Twitter.
Well, there you go. So for the podcast crew, I am Dano Aaron.
Tyler Abear.
And I'm Curtis.
And we will check you all next week. Have a good one.